government wants to curb jury trials because they don't trust the public. They think that judges know best and would rather that the justice system were run entirely by them.
Britain's government says these reforms are about speeding up the courts. But critics say this is something much bigger. A direct attack on one of the oldest protections ordinary people still have.
I quote, "People ask me, Sarah, would you be doing this if there was not a crisis in our courts? I say, yes."
And that single admission changes the entire argument. Because if this isn't really about a crisis, then what exactly is it about?
Jury trials exist for a reason. They're designed to ensure the judiciary can never stray too far away from the public's conception of justice.
She argues this isn't just a legal reform, it's about whether ordinary people still get a say in justice itself, and the most controversial part comes near the end. Before we roll this from the top, share this video with someone following what's happening in Britain right now. Hit like, and help hype the channel if you want more coverage the mainstream media won't touch. Now, let's go back to where this started.
Katie Lamb. Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. We've heard a great deal from those on the government benches about the necessity of these court reforms. They say that in order to tackle the backlog in our courts, we need to curb jury trials. But previous statements from ministers betray the government's true intentions. On the 7th of January, standing at that dispatch box, the Minister for Courts and Legal Services said, I quote, "People ask me, Sarah, would you be doing this if there was not a crisis in our courts? I say, yes." It would be bad enough to attack the time-honoured right to a jury trial in the name of administrative efficiency. To do so for ideological reasons without candidly making that ideological case to the public is a disgrace. The British people can see what's really going on. The government wants to curb jury trials because they don't trust the public. They think that judges know best and would rather that the justice system were run entirely by them. We know this to be the case because whenever the government has a choice to make between the British people and their friends in the legal profession, they're on the side of the lawyers every single time. We saw this judges know best approach in the Prime Minister's disastrous Chagos giveaway. We see it on asylum, immigration and the ECHR. We see it in their plans to allow prosecutions of veterans who fought in Northern Ireland. And now we see it in these plans to curb jury trials. But, Madam Deputy Speaker, jury trials exist for a reason. They're designed to ensure the judiciary can never stray too far away from the public's conception of justice and fairness. At a time when public trust in the judiciary is low, can it really be sensible to take away this crucial backstop? In judge-only cases at the magistrates' courts, free speech defences succeeded in just 16% of cases. In Crown Court cases, where juries very often sit, free speech defences succeeded in 28% of cases. There is a clear divergence between the public's appreciation of justice and the views of the judicial establishment. The result of this government's plans will be to further alienate the public and to drag the justice system further away from the views of the British people. If that's what they want, then they should, at least, be straightforward about it.
And this is exactly why legacy media struggles to cover stories like this honestly. So here's the question I want pinned in the comments. If you had to choose, would you trust a judge or an ordinary jury more in a politically sensitive case? Best comment gets pinned. Like, subscribe, and stay sharp.